No, he's still being really hampered by the fact that there isn't a transition process in place. So it seems like the pressure will be on for January 20 when his administration kicks off. He has supported the idea of a stimulus package similar to the $3 trillion one we saw Congress pass earlier this year after he sat down with a number of business and union leaders. Now, he sat down with business leaders from major corporations like Gap, General Motors, and also a number of union leaders where he made the point that any negotiations in the future are going to have union leaders and environmentalists around the table, not just business. Now, this is all part of a broader push for him to continue in the transition when we have President Donald Trump still refusing to concede. And today's address was really about giving a broad look at where the economy is heading, also to call on the Trump administration to release its distribution plan for any vaccine that's found to be safe so they can distribute it as quickly as possible. They said that was one of the big issues that corporations wanted to hear about at the roundtables today.
More people may die if we don't coordinate. The vaccine is important. It's of little use until you're vaccinated. So how do we get the vaccine? How do we get over 300 million Americans vaccinated? What's the game plan? It's a huge, huge, huge undertaking. They say they have this warp speed program that they not only dealt with getting vaccines, but also how to distribute this. If we have to wait until January 20th to start that planning, it puts us behind over a month, month and a half. And so it's important that it be done, that there be coordination now.
Now, he also spoke about the fact he's spoken with a number of world leaders, and that includes our Prime Minister Scott Morrison, and he made the point that he's in a position where he can't be negotiating on anything specifically, even though there has been pressure for the world leaders to be looking at future trade deals, especially as the global economy is trying to reboot in the midst of this pandemic. But he said that until January 20, he can't give any undertakings, but he set out very clearly what his expectations are of working with countries around the world.
We make up 25% of the world's trading capacity of the economy of the world. We need to be aligned with the other democracies, another 25% or more, so that we can set the rules of the road instead of having China and others dictate outcomes because they are the only game in town. And so, but what I'm insisting on, and what I've been asked by world leaders as to what I would do, without getting into detail, I've said, but I want you to know that there are three things that are going to happen if I'm elected. One, we're going to invest in American workers to make them more competitive. Number two, we're going to make sure that labor is at the table and environmentalists are at the table.
Now, this comes after a pretty good day on the stock markets here in the US for Monday. That's in the midst of what's been some positive economic news, looking forward to this vaccine potentially being distributed right across the United States. But at the same time, Donald Trump's still not conceding. The Republican Party, though, has withdrawn a number of major lawsuits as part of their push to not concede. So it seems like it's edging closer to happening, although we won't really get an answer until Donald Trump either does or January 20.